How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the channel. So on this video, we're going to be talking about the DXZ TAS borescope, as you can see here right in front of me. And we do have our sample car here, a 1.5T Honda Civic. So it does have misfires. I suspect that in these injectors, although we're going to go ahead and we're going to be thorough here and just make sure that we have no coolant intrusion. Now, I did pressure test it overnight. It did drop a little bit. So again, we're just being thorough here at this point. And later on in the video, we're going to be talking about all the specs of this borescope. But for now, we're just going to be going over a few examples of things and stuff you could use this borescope for. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Like I said, we have a 1.5T, has a couple of misfires here. I believe it may be injectors, although you can never be too sure. So we're gonna go ahead and just take a look down in there. We did pressure test it overnight. So we're gonna turn on our borescope here. We are good to go down in there. We're gonna take a look down our cylinder here and go down the spark plug hole there. And there we have it. Our nice clean piston here. So everything is looking nice and clean. That's a very clean piston actually. So one of the nice features about this, it does have a dual camera. So we're gonna switch that up to a sidewall view here. And we could go down in here and we could articulate either way here. And the nicer thing is too, we could do a nice split screen. So if you wanted to take a picture and look at both at the same time, you surely could here. And we have the top of the piston here, and we're coming up. And we can look at our wall here. I'm gonna switch it up here once again and articulate this the other way. All right, and here we go. Now we can surely rotate this as well, or once again, switch our camera here, get a nice look at the sleeve. If we wanted to look at it completely, then go down a little bit further and just keep looking. You could also zoom in up to 10x or zoom all the way out, which is what we're gonna do here. And we can see, if we wanted to really take a look, see if there's any coolant intrusion here, right where the head gasket meets the head and the block here, and we don't see anything here. So everything is looking nice and clean here. As far as this goes, we also have a nice view of our injector right in there, which is great. So again, didn't think this would be the case, but you can never be too thorough. All right, guys, so now that we've used it, we're just gonna go over some of the features and stuff and play around with it some more. So it does come with all this stuff here. So this is just a brush, and I'll get to just in a second what this does here. Also comes with a magnet and a hook. You can screw this on to the end of the scope if you wanted to pick something up. We do have a USB Type-C cable, no charging block, but if you're anything like me, you probably have a ton laying around anyways, pretty standard. We have some cleaning swabs here for the lens, along with some dry wipes and some wet wipes as well for the lenses. So pretty good. This normally doesn't come with any of the other ones I've used, so I do like that. We have our user manual here, pretty standard stuff that it comes with that. And now, if you notice in the video that I had initially, this doesn't come together. So it's nice that it comes in this protective carrying case. You can put everything in here, and you just have to attach the screen whenever you want to use it. But again, it stores away real nicely. It's not extra bulky and awkward and stuff like that. So this brush over here is for like the contacts if you want to use it, or the lenses if something gets stuck in there. But clean off some debris or whatever gets in here, which is nice to have. Also, it articulates using this knob here, and you could adjust how tight you make this knob or whatnot just by turning this and then locking it to place. It makes it real stiff to a turn here, and then you could just loosen this back up and it turns a lot easier. And once again, just tighten it back up, and then just set it wherever you kind of want to set it or whatnot. So that is nice. So again, articulation here, pretty good, and returns all the way to the other way, which I've seen some of them have trouble with. So this is nice that it does go all the way. And again, from the video, we have a camera here, right? And then we have one on the side over here. Typically, we just get the camera up here on these articulating borescopes. So it is nice that you have two cameras and you essentially get a 360 view of whatever you want, whether it be full screen or split screen, which is really, really nice. And again, we just attach our screen here, slides into place. All right, and if you wanted to release it, press this button and you unlock it. Put this back into place here. All right, we're gonna just move this case out the way a little bit here. And it also comes with a kickstand here, which is nice. Pull this up, release it, and we can kind of set this down like this. So it is nice, and for you to see, it's not all flat and stuff and moving around. So it is nice that it has a small little kickstand here, and it kind of does its own thing like that. Now we're gonna power this thing up, guys. This is a 8.5 millimeter cable. Now it is fairly thick, but I like that it's nice and sturdy, and you're gonna be able to fit it in most places that you want to. It does do up to 10 times zoom, and that's for either camera. So either the top one here or the side one here on the back. So that is really, really nice. Let's just zoom in real quick. So up to 10x, and then all the way back out. If we swap our camera, again, we have up to 10x, and then all the way back out, which again is really, really nice here. And we have 5 different brightness of LEDs, 10 total. So all the way up to 5, and then 0 if you didn't want any brightness at all, if it was happened to be too bright for you. You know, and you could also, again, take pictures and record. We'll go over that just in a second here. And you can do the split screen, which is really, really nice in my opinion. This is a 1080p 5-inch display here, which is great, and it is IP67 rated, so you don't have to worry about maybe some you know, fluids or something getting up in here and damaging the camera. So that is really, really nice. If you wanted to add some of those attachments that we talked about earlier, you just take this out here and you attach the other one. So we're gonna leave this on there, and you want to make sure this is nice and tight so you don't drop it anywhere, you know, especially like in a cylinder or anything like that. So if you wanted to take a picture, let's just use, get me my right angle here, swap my camera around. All right, so we have Forky right in here. If you want to take a picture, just take a picture of Forky, and if you wanted to articulate it and look out all the way to where we are, we could. And then all the way to us again, essentially, if the cable wasn't in the way, and there we are. So again, the articulation on this is very impressive. It goes all the way to both sides. Some of them, I see them sticking, only going this much, but this one, you can get it go all the way, which is really, really nice. And again here, so if you want to take a picture, you just go ahead and press this button once. If you want it to record, press and hold it. And now we have our timer there, and we have our camcorder signal. So now you're recording. If you wanted to stop it, press and hold once again, and we are stopped. Now, if you wanted to review what you just did, go ahead in here and use up and down arrows to select whatever one you wanted here. We hit OK, and there we have it. So, and we just back out of that by hitting this camera button once again here. So again, guys, very, very nice camera here. And for the next 6 months, there's going to be a 25% discount code. So I'll have the link to that in the description section down below. It is a original price of $179.99. So that 25% discount does bring the camera down to $143.93, which is a great price in my opinion. This thing is loaded with features. The quality is very, very clear. I like that you could take it apart so you can store it nice and safely. You don't have to worry about damaging it or anything like that. The knob here is extremely easy to use, and the articulation here is impressive. I've used a couple of different ones of these, and by far the smoothest moving in my opinion that I have seen. So again, a great bargain for this tool. I like the bright LED displays. They're kind of hard to catch on camera, but they are really bright. Here are these buttons. So the backlighting is nice. If you happen to working in a darker area, you don't have to worry about hitting the wrong button or anything like that. Everything is lit up nice and bright for you. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch everyone on the next one.